Okay.
All right. All right. It seems that we are recording. Hey, hello, Valentin. We've been talking a little bit before we went live. We were doing it in Spanish. So first, your community bonding blog post, right? I read it and I really liked it. The only thing that I'm missing is talking a little bit more about the human factor, like people that you've met on the community. It's not about your mentors only, but people that you've met, the interactions that you've had. Like I wrote in the issue queue and someone came and said blah, blah, blah. And I liked that because it means that they are listening to me, things like that. If you have any of those experiences, if you don't, then don't lie, right? Obviously.
Okay. So, do you mean talk about experiences with other people and the
In the
community?
community, yeah.
Okay. Because my blog post was focused on the I don't know, in the technical part of the project. So it will be good if I also talk about the experience in other blog posts that
I
will come.
I totally like what is there right now. I would just put another section that says community or something like that. You know a little bit about the Drupal community. You could just give a couple of words, so it can be very obvious to whoever is following your path
I forgot,
in the project.
I forgot to mention, but I edited the blog post to send it to Slurpee, and I don't know if you read it after that.
Oh no. Well, maybe not. If I go to conocimientoplus.wordpress.com,
Yeah,
uh, will I see the latest version?
yeah, it's the first result at the first in the list.
Okay, but this is the last version, the one that you sent to Slurpee.
I wrote a paragraph about the mentors and the community,
Okay,
but
yeah.
not so deep, let's say.
I, I would I would add a little bit of the issue queue, like the not the community involved in the Google project, in the Google Summer of Code project, but the wider community, things that you think about the community and experiences that you've had. Like it doesn't have to be long. Like 3 sentences would probably be enough. And of course, if you want to link to the YouTube channel where these meetings are recorded, I think it's an awesome idea.
There is actually a link to the YouTube playlist.
Oh,
There,
that's right. It's a link. It's a link. Yes, yes. I'm seeing it right now. Ah, perfect, perfect. That is very good. Good. I think that if you drop a couple of lines, then this is good. Good to go.
great,
Very thorough, very well linked, and yeah, I like it.
perfect. So
Um,
I'm ready to see what I have to show about
yes,
the.
yes, I want to
Okay,
see it.
let me share my screenshot. Shot. Here we are. Uh, can you see my screen now?
I can. Yes.
Okay. First, we have the admin configuration page here, and we have the social API settings as a parent for all the main link of
Nice.
our which are user authentication, which is created by the user auth module, auto post auto posting settings, which is which is created by the social post module, and social widgets or widgets. How is it? Widgets.
Widgets.
Widgets. Interesting. Here, user authentication brings and which module related to user authentication we have. Simple Facebook Connect, and when you have Facebook, which is for Facebook.
As,
Here we have the tab for Facebook.
is this using the same? Okay, this is mostly the same stuff that was in the social auto post, but it's extracted to in its own module. Am
Yeah,
I right?
yes. This is actually
Okay,
based
this
on
is awesome.
this people's Facebook Connect module, which is Drupal project.
Okay, wait a second there. So does this mean that? Oh, I thought that you told me about this. You told me that you have talked to these people, but I didn't
Yes.
think that they had already done it. They
Uh,
they have already done the integration with Social API.
no, I did it myself.
Oh, that's
I was
wow, that's
actually
great.
we were working to upgrade to the PHP SDK 5 with the maintainer, and we already have we already have the new version of the module, so I need to merge to have it with the with social API. The social API is actually the simple Facebook Connect module with social API is actually working with the Facebook SDK 5, but I think
That's good.
Pila made an improvement in the code, so I need to merge the new stuff.
Okay, so right, so one person that wants to try this out would download the social API module and then the simple Facebook Connect module branch 3, 8.3. Is that correct?
The branch 3 is for the SDK 5, and I think if Masipila agrees to to use the social API in the next version, it will be for the fourth branch, I think.
Okay, so in order to make it work with the social API, we need to download the code in that GitHub repository.
I have the in my GitHub. Let me see. Here we are. Is there is a branch called H.X, 2.x social API.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right, perfect. We don't need to document this yet, but at some point we will have to put the documentation together, right?
I need to merge the new modifications from the third branch, and talk to Masipila and see what he says.
Okay, so can we invite the maintainers of the, let me start that again. Would you be okay if I went ahead and invited the maintainers of the simple Facebook Connect module to one of the meetings to discuss if they want or don't want to join efforts with the Social API initiative? Would you like that?
Okay, yes, I have no issues with that. I actually talked to Masipila when I was applying for the Google Summer of Code, and asked him to be a mentor for my project. And he told me that he was busy, so he couldn't help. So I asked him if he would agree to use the social API, he mentioned about using hybrid auth, the hybrid auth module from Drupal, and see if that worked for us. But our architecture doesn't match the way hybrid auth work. So I think we can talk again. We can talk to Masipil again and ask if he what he think about integrating the simple Facebook Connect module with the social API.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah,
get and
sure.
invite him.
Or maybe I can track. Maybe I can find in Drupal contribute. No, I don't think.
He's not usually in IRC. Maybe
No.
a direct message. Let me see. In
No.
the contact.
The last time that Masipilo was seen in Drupal related channels was 6 years ago,
Yeah.
which is a long time ago.
So you can write a message
Yeah.
from contact page.
Yeah, sure. We can contact him and
But
see. But yeah, okay. Let's put that on hold and continue with your demo.
okay, this is a user authentication. If we have more, it will appear here, and we have more Twitter. So Twitter here, and so on. The other we have is a auto post, which we have Facebook auto post here, and we have the module which doesn't work yet because I have some issues which I reported to the Facebook repository. So I waiting for support.
Okay. Right. So one of the things that I'm seeing is that there seems to be some duplication in the configuration for user authentication and auto post settings. Is that correct?
Yes, we
Okay.
can we can. What I'm thinking of is that we can use one of the configuration from one of the four and complete the other.
Yes, that's what I would like. So, okay, but let's not focus on that yet. I think that having the duplication for now is okay.
Because there can be cases in which you want another ad for the user authentication and another ad for the auto posting, which is not very likely, but it can happen.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a very good point. In any case, if we want at the end, we can add like a very simple optional module that deals with all this, like puts the default configuration for every one of these, right? So let's not worry about it right now.
That's another extra module inside the project. So yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's totally solvable. We can solve it. So I don't worry about that. So do you have any working integration with simple Facebook Connect and Social API that you can show me?
Yes, it's working. Let me open from Firefox. Mm-hmm. Yeah, why do you want? Okay. Okay, let me see. Localhost. Social API. Where?
Okay, can you explain a little bit what you're going to do for someone that is watching watching the video and don't know already what Simple Facebook Connect does?
Okay, Simple Facebook Connect allows user to log into a Drupal site using a Facebook account. So if I go to the login form, instead of using a username and password, I can log in with my Facebook account. So if I click here, okay, internet connection. Yeah, here we are. I am logged into the with my Facebook account.
Ah, that's so beautiful. Can you go into Facebook, log out, and then
Go
log out of the Drupal site?
to Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it. Don't worry, if you see something weird.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's Facebook.
Log out. Let's see here.
All right, now we can go into Drupal, log out here. Now try
And
to
go
log in again.
to
Uh, that's perfect. I really like this. That's really cool. So one of the things that I think that we will find at some point is that we will probably realize that every module, like Simple Facebook Connect, in this case, has its own opinion on how to present things, right? Like Facebook has the opinion, the Simple Facebook Connect module has the opinion that you want a link in the login form.
yes.
We need to think a little bit on what are the options that we want to we want the implementers to provide. Like,
Yes, I don't remember that. I think it was in Drupal Dev. Let me see, because the official version of this module actually adds a tab around here, and I don't like it. It has like
yeah.
a tab saying Simple Facebook Connect.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. So what I think that it would need to happen, and let me know if you disagree on this. What I think that it needs to happen is that the module does whatever logic it needs to do to log you in, and to create the Drupal user and to connect the Drupal user. This is the thing that the module does, right? Then the presentation, the implementer does nothing about the presentation, right? All the presentation is handled by the social API module. By that, I mean that, yes, yeah, I see. The Facebook login.
There is actually something here. This is a template from the social API. It's not a template made by the module, by the Simple Facebook Connect. The Simple Facebook Connect only calls a method in which he is specified a link to an image
Okay.
and a route, I think.
Okay.
Then the social API renders all these images on the page. So if you have a login with Twitter, it will appear right here with the logo. But
okay. So is this a block?
this is not a block. It's a form alter. But we can make it a block so
Yes.
site builders can put it where they want to.
Exactly. That was my point. So I think that we would need to have a way. It would be like a configure block, a block that can be configured, and that you can select which networks you want to allow a user to log in with, and that's
Let
it.
me take note of that, so I will work on that later. Trello, where is our Trello for?
Do you want me to create the card?
Yes, please, if you have it.
I can create the card
Okay.
if I know how to go out of this window. Apparently, I don't know how to go out of this window. Damn it. How did I count here? All right. Trello. Let me see. I'm going to create a card into the that says that we want the social auth module to render a configurable log with the login options. All right. So, what did I do? Ah, okay. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna put a little bit more documentation in the comments.
Okay. I have showed the auto posting stuff. This really needs work, and we have the social widget, which is not quite different. I actually separate the network based class. Let me see.
Wait a second, please.
Okay, okay, what?
Sorry, I was trying to type the about the block thing, and I couldn't listen to you and type at the same time. I'm very simple. Sorry, what were you saying?
Okay, we have the widget settings, which is not quite different from the other two. We have the module name, Facebook buttons, which is one I created for testing, which is for the
Makes sense.
Facebook network. Then I add tabs for social network, not for modules. So if I go to Facebook and I have two modules that are widgets for Facebook, they will be sub tabs.
Ah, I see. I see. I like it. Yes.
I clean the cache, so it seems not working yet. Okay. Here I have another one which is comments, which doesn't appear here because it's another module for testing, but doesn't implement the plugin method, so it doesn't have it doesn't appear in on integrations for that reason.
Ah, okay. We should enforce that somehow, right? That in
Yeah,
order
you wanted to
to be
force the
yes.
implement. Okay, let's see, because the Facebook buttons have the yep, it has the, but it's just about doing this. Define the plugin and add the
It doesn't add the
modules.
handlers, right?
Because the Facebook widgets require the JavaScript SDK, so that's why this was left empty.
Okay, so this somehow extends from, oh, it's extending from the network base instead of the
I
the
actually, I
button
actually,
base.
I actually separate network base and implements nothing but the init SDK construct, and that's all. And
Okay.
the for this for the other functionality, it has a divided into network settings, which is the one that has the handlers. Do
Ah,
you remember the handlers you
yes,
defined for the plugins?
yes.
So all the plugins that requires a class and a settings class, they extend these network settings. For example, the simple Facebook Connect have has the plugin Facebook here and extend from network settings, and then they define the handlers here.
Okay. One thing that this can be problematic. This separation between network settings and network base can be problematic if you look at it from the point of view of having multiple inheritance. Like you want to get the network settings extends network base. Okay, okay, that's perfect. Sorry, I thought that they had different parents, but
No,
no,
no, no.
that's okay.
They share some common. Actually, I think I just take the. Oh, okay, I remember. Yes, it was only the init part and the call to the init in the construct, because the init method, the get the handlers and the settings and all that things that are defined only here. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Um, so do you see a module that extends directly from network base, but not from network settings?
Yes, those the widgets, the favorite widgets are those. Let me see, because
Yeah.
you don't have to specify the graph version, the add secret, the add ID. So
Okay, because you do it with the JavaScript, with the front end
yes,
SDK, right?
yes. Let me see. It's here. Facebook buttons. Yep. You don't need the handlers.
Okay. So not extending network settings, will that make you not appear in the integrations page?
I think there will be a conflict because it requires the definition of handlers.
Ah, okay. So
An
we
exception here.
probably want to fix that somehow,
Because
right?
if the definition of handlers is empty, it will throw an exception here.
Yeah. Okay.
So if I extend from the social network settings, it won't work.
Okay, let's do something. There are different ways to fix that programming problem, because at the end it's a programming problem. Um, One of the things that we can do is have everything be network settings, but if you don't specify the handlers, you get a default handler that does nothing, but it fulfills the interfaces and the contracts. Does that make sense? Like having a default that if you don't specify anything, the default gets used, and that default does nothing. It only makes things, go along.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yes, that worked.
Okay. I'm not gonna write that down because that is not very important. Well,
But
yeah.
what
Let,
would
let's
happen
let's
I
put it.
write if I write, for example, let me see, network settings, Facebook, and instead of adding simple Facebook Connect, I wrote simple Connect, and it doesn't work. It won't throw any exemption. or yes, or if you just empty that.
I see. Well, we need to check error handling. Let me
Let me think
put
of it.
that.
I will
Yes,
write.
I will just add some tasks in there and make
Just,
sure
just
make
let.
sure that you comment on those and check what's going on. Give me a sec. I need to type.
Okay. Now here, I'm having some issues with with just update current. I tell you.
I want to add a comment in here. No, nothing here. What? What's going on? Trello is failing. Okay, there we go. Okay,
Okay.
sorry, I'm done.
I had an issue with the in the widget sections. We have here the integration. There's no problem here. Everything working perfectly. But then if I go to a social network like Facebook, these tabs are created by the specific modules. The Facebook comments create this tab, and the Facebook buttons create this tab. So I cannot specify the the sub tab to refer it to. Let me
I
show
think
you because I have the links that here, and I actually out at the route name to the comments settings. I try with that deriver, but it doesn't work neither.
there is a way to provide routes dynamically. So what we don't want to allow not allow, but we don't want to rely on the implementation modules to add the basic UI that we need there. Like we need to take care of that, because if they don't do it, then the ones that look bad is us, right?
That's
So
why I use the deriver. I don't know if you refer to that one.
we need to do something like the deriver, but in the social widgets parent module.
And the parent.
Yes, if you go to social widgets routing.yaml,
Social widgets. Yes.
routing.yaml, it's
Yes.
yeah, right there.
And then
No,
this one.
yeah, exactly. So the routing would be for the routes, and then for the widgets. In here, we should have a callbacks, a callback that generates all the links dynamically based on the implementator on the implementing modules. Like the implementators are the comments and the buttons, right?
Wait a minute. This local task is actually for this one, which is static.
Oh, okay.
There is I didn't explain that. There is a social API, then the social widgets, then you have Facebook widgets, which implement the JavaScript SDK, and the local task method, and other stuff. And then you have the Facebook buttons, the Facebook comments, the Facebook embed content, and so on.
Right. What I mean is that these subtabs in here that say buttons and comments, those should be created, these subtasks should be created by social widgets.
Yes.
By like finding out, okay, give me all of the widget implementations for Facebook. It's
Yeah.
buttons and comments. Now put 2 links in there. But it should live inside of the social widgets.
It should be there,
Yeah,
right
it
here,
should.
or in Facebook widgets.
We,
Because I try with the Facebook widget at the driver, and then in the route net, I hear changes, but instead of adding this one, it was like the first one you get, put the route name there, so it should point to that one. But after doing that, the tab disappear. It points to one of them, but the tab disappear.
right. I think no. I think well, this is
the
this
other
is
option,
just a cosmetic thing. So let's not concentrate too hard on that. Let's go.
the other option I have is you go to the. It will be a little bureaucratic, but if you go to Facebook here, you're gonna have a list here that says comments, buttons, and so on. So it will work, but it won't be the best user experience someone can have.
Okay. Let's put that on the side and
Yep.
let's concentrate. So this all looks really good. I'm really liking it. One thing that I think that should happen is that everything that presents things in the page should be handled in the parent modules. Okay, so if I'm putting anything on the page, I'm doing it from the either social post or social widgets or social auth modules. And those modules, what they do is they output blocks. We should contain everything in blocks. Unless until we find something that we say this is impossible to do in a block. And those blocks, every block should have the configuration to select 1, 2, or n different networks. And when I'm talking about networks, I'm also considering that you may want to just include, you may want to have like a block for Facebook comments alone. That's okay, right?
Yes.
But it should always be there should always be the output of a module should always be an option to put it from the parent module. Like, we don't want to rely on the implementers to provide the experience. Social API is all about providing a unified experience. So the parent modules will ensure that there is at least one experience that is unified through a block, a configurable block.
Yes.
For the widgets, though, this is very complex. I don't know if we can achieve that for the widgets because they don't share common functionality when it comes to widgets, right? Facebook and Twitter have different widgets. Maybe we can have
Buttons.
buttons, maybe a share ish like, but that is very difficult to define. If you want to go ahead and define it, it's fine, but it may be a problem that we want to delay a little bit.
Yeah, we need to discuss that a little more. But the user authentication in a blog, that's I really like that one, and I think that is the only one we have right now.
Yeah, because the auto posting is not outputting anything on the page, right? It's posting it on other pages. That's the whole point of it.
Yes. So I will work. I actually say Slurpee. I will work on the social widget configuration environment. So I will finish that first, and then I will go for the blocks in the user authentication
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
account.
As usual, if you have any technical problems, and I really need to wrap up today. Today it's been like twice as long because we kind of missed the last week, but I want to limit this to 30
Yeah,
minutes, if you're okay with that.
yeah, it's
Um,
okay.
if, if you find any technical problem that is blocking you, just find me in IRC. I'm always there.
Great.
Okay?
So see you next week then.
Yeah. Does this time work for you?
Yeah, it's okay. There's no. Yeah.
Okay, I I
Perfect.
kind of prefer it to Wednesday. I like this better than Wednesday.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like it's great.
Okay, perfect. Thank you,
See you.
Valentin. You're making amazing progress.
Thank you. Thanks for
Bye
your
bye.
help. Bye bye.